What is up, Carmination? Welcome here to a very special edition of our NASCAR Live, rocking it out here on a Wednesday evening, not even Wednesday afternoon, because the coronavirus that delayed sports brought back NASCAR, but with a crazy schedule. So this is not even like a usual non-Sunday event, because we have trucks typically aren't always on Sundays, and then we have the Xfinity races, but having the top tier level Cup Series. You catch that, Dave? I said Cup Series,
there you go,
sir. There you go, buddy. So looking at knowing the schedule, I don't know if you have it memorized for how they've adjusted things with the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
How many non-traditional race days did you see?
I know we got a Thursday race coming up, I think sometime in July. There's a couple more doubleheader weekends because that weren't planned. Like Michigan is got a doubleheader weekend in August, and Dover has a doubleheader weekend in August. That's Saturday and Sunday. Not like two races on one day. It'll be broken up over 2 days. But they're starting to catch up. I think this is like
I might have had a brain fart when you just said that. Something about a race broken up over 2 days?
Yeah, doubleheader. Like when people hear doubleheader, they think, the first thing they'll think of is like baseball, and you have a game at 1 and a game at 7. Well, no, I mean the doubleheader weekend means there'll be a race on Saturday and a race on Sunday, so there'll be 2 races. They won't be on the same day.
Gotcha. So for some reason, because I know they do those heats and things, and they're always trying to add new things, and for some reason when you said that, I was like, wait a second. So they're gonna do like half the race on one day and half the race. No, 2 races just because they're back to back. You call it doubleheader. I got it. All right, so let's hop right into it. If this is your first time tuning into NASCAR Live, first off, welcome. This is the Karma Media Network. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, go ahead and do that right now. If you want to get the NASCAR core plays and all the prop plays, every single thing that's premium for NASCAR, go ahead and click the thumbs up on this YouTube video that you're watching right now on the YouTube stream. If this gets to 100, somebody in here is going to get free NASCAR core plays for the next 7 days. That includes all of the Cup Series, Xfinity, and, of course, the Truck Series as well. DraftKings, FanDuel, Monkey Knife Fight, Prize Picks, and bets as well. Hey, everybody, how's it going?
There's a risk. We got some severe weather coming in, so I wanted to make sure I was watching the TV. So I knew it was a risk because they were at their friend's house, whether they're coming back home or not. So.
He uses like, get out of here! Get out of here! I'm busy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if it's your first time, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Click the thumbs up. If you want to get all the access to all the premium stuff, you already know where it's at. Go to dfskarma.com. Click on subscriptions. Sign up for the NASCAR Core Plays or the MVP, which includes NASCAR and all the other sports that we just re-added to the site. And then you also have, I believe you dropped Final Thoughts. You also have a Drivers to Watch as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we got Dave's Drivers to Watch is the written form article. Goes a little bit more in depth on certain drivers, and then you also have the Final Thoughts, which is our cheat sheet, which kind of goes over not all of them, but a good majority of the drivers. If he likes them for cash, GPP, if they have upside, or if he wants to fade them completely. So you have those 2 options on the site. Sign for the core plays. It'll get you in our premium Discord, which he drops, Prize Picks and Monkey Knife Fight plays left and right, on top of doing a that live 24/7 Ask Me Anything. Show me your lineup. So, hey, I made this. Do you like this? Yes or no? But this is NASCAR Live, which is what we're focusing on right now. We're going to start off doing the DFS side of things. He's going to go through different tiers, his favorite cash, favorite GPP. Then we're going to go to Monkey Knife Fight, then Prize Picks, and then talk about the favorite bets. But that being said, let's run through all of these chatters real quick and see what it's saying. Courtney says, I hope everyone in here cashes today. Ditto to that. Sariq with the yo. Zachary. Robert says, let's get rolling. Eric EA says, here I am. Let's see. Travis is the GOAT and Dave is the GOAT. Back at it again. Time to eat. And then Jose with vroom. All right, guys. So, so if you have any questions regarding anything, get them in the chat right now. And then as we have certain breaks in this live stream, we'll answer those questions. But first things first, what about this particular race, this track, is unique, or if anything, in terms of how we attack strategies of who we're putting in our lineups?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Today it's a half-mile flat track, Martinsville. We got 500 laps, so you got to nail the dominators today. DraftKings pricing is pretty soft. Allows you to kind of mix and match. You can pretty much play any dominator you want with the value. So on FanDuel, you got to look out for dominators as well. So over there, it's pretty important. Make sure you get the guys that are going to run all 500 laps. So there's no punting. You normally don't punt on FanDuel, but this is even more important today. Don't punt over there at all. Like I said, dominators are key here. Race, with 500 laps, you got 500 laps led. You got fastest laps there too. So it's real important. It's gonna be about a 3 to 4 dominator strategy today for Martinsville.
All right, and so moving things right along to the DFS side, and then now we're talking about high tier, mid tier, low tier. We're technically focusing on the DraftKings salary, but if Dave likes a certain driver for XYZ, and it's not, he doesn't say, this is who I like on DraftKings because of the DraftKings scoring, then it can be interchangeable, so it may be able to answer your questions on FanDuel. Also, speaking of answering questions, if you have any questions about who you like, in cash or GPP, this guy or this guy, make sure the first thing you do is check the final thoughts in the Dave Drivers to Watch. About 90% of the questions that are asked are answered already in the final thoughts, so make sure you check the cheat sheet out, and then if you have something that's not answered in that cheat sheet, then go ahead and drop it in the YouTube chat right here. But that being said, who is your favorite? Dave, you keep looking at the side of your eye like you're terrified they're gonna try to ask you a question. His kids are just right there, are they staring at you right there? They're yeah, they're just they're a foot away from camera, just staring at Dad.
Yeah, my youngest.
What is he doing?
6 feet
away.
What
is he doing? What are you doing, Dad?
Go. Yeah, you can go. Take your tablet and get out of here.
Get out of here.
No, not in here. You got to go in your bedroom.
All right. So your favorite top tier cash play for this race tonight?
Yeah, top tier cash play today is gonna be Kyle Busch. He's a little underpriced, I think, in my opinion, on DraftKings today at 10-7. He's got great potential to win this race. He's, his track history here is really good. If you look back at it, in the last 6 races, he's led over, over 100 laps in 3 of the 6 races. He's led laps in 4 of the last 6 races here. He has 1 victory. He looked really great last week at Atlanta and did really good at Bristol. Started the season off a little slower, but I feel like he's turning a corner. Another good track for him, and I definitely like Kyle Busch in cash. I think he's gonna be popular. Like I said, a few of these dominators gonna be popular. It's gonna cash games. There's a couple of chalk builds, and Kyle's I think definitely in one of them, if not both. And but Kyle will be popular. Definitely a cash lock for me.
Gotcha. So I'm pulling up more comments and questions in chat here, and everybody, because everybody has a different name on YouTube, they're all trying to see wait, is this you? Is this you? Trying to see who's who from the Discord. That's pretty funny. Let's see. Robert says Travis is a good Willman, but Dave is the true GOAT. Mm-hmm. James, can you only play 4 dominators in cash today?
You can play 4 dominators in whatever you want. I'm not sure I'm playing 4 dominators in cash. I'm a floor guy. I like floor better than I do, because if one of those dominators doesn't do anything or has an issue, you're screwed. So I don't mind a 4 dom build in cash. I see it. I know what it is. I don't mind it. You can go that route. I'm not sure I'm going to, but you can definitely do it in GPPs as well.
Gotcha. Let's see here. Travis Duarte, Big Dave put me in the money. Anthony, Boyer, Jimmy, Harvick, Blaney, good doms on FanDuel GPP.
Boyer, read that again.
Boyer, Jimmy, Harvick, and Blaney.
I'm not high on Harvick today.
For the first time this season.
Yeah, well, it's not. I mean, there's got better guys than Harvick today. And Boyer, I'm not even sure I'd call him on FanDuel. I can't remember his price on FanDuel, but I'm not sure I'd call him a dominator on FanDuel. I'd call him a top finisher.
Gotcha. All right, so let's move things over now to the GPP side of the top tier. Who are you looking as your favorite GPP play?
Yep, I love Denny Hamlin today. I personally think he's probably going to win this race. I was back and forth talking with Sam and Ethan about possibly playing Hamlin in cash, but I've kind of stepped back from that a little bit, just because I think I got to play ownerships with these dominators today, and I think Hamlin's going to be a little lower owned than Kyle Busch. But Hamlin does really good on flat tracks, such as Martinsville. He's got a great history here. His driver ratings in the top 4 at Martinsville. So I definitely don't mind Denny Hamlin today. He's led laps in 6 of the last 7 races here. And, he is the second highest priced driver on DraftKings. Definitely love him over there on FanDuel. I definitely could see you playing Denny Hamlin in cash on FanDuel.
So something we didn't even address. We normally addressed it pre-coronavirus, but this is the first time I get to address it because it hasn't been crazy yet. But the names of these races are getting insane. And I've been saying this all pre-coronavirus, every single stream. I'm talking about how crazy they are. We have the Blue.
You remember we have a lock in like an hour and 45
Blue-Emu
minutes.
Maximum Pain Relief 500. Is Blue-Emu Maximum Pain Relief one company, or is it 2 brands put together?
Blue-Emu is a pain relief.
I don't know. All right. Anyway, that's ridiculous. I had to type all that crap and put it in the stream title. Anyway, moving on.
Could have done what FanDuel did and just called it Blue-Emu 500.
Yeah, that would be nice. Moving on to the mid-tier range, your favorite cash play.
Mid-tier range, I think you got to play Ryan Blaney. He's 8,400, starts in the poll. It's going to be like Chase Elliott last week, and, could just be like Chase Elliott last week where he led, a little bit in the beginning, and then you never heard from him again. But in cash games it worked. Again, this week, I think Chase was, 9 something, and was easy to plug and play last week, and Ryan Blaney's 8,400. Starts from the pole. We got a competition caution lap 60. So I don't see why he can't lead to lap 60. Get me some down points there. He's going to be uber chalk in cash games. It's a good pivot. I think you can pivot off him in GPPs. But definitely don't fade Blaney in cash games, because if he ends up leading more than, the competition caution, up to the competition caution, you're going to be in trouble, because he's going to be highly owned.
All right, let's move things right along, because Dave is short on time, to the GPP side of the mid-tier range. And if you guys have questions, keep those questions coming in here so we can just rattle them off in between things. So, yeah, keep the questions coming in the YouTube chat. Favorite GPP mid-tier?
Yep. I'm going to go with my boy, Clint Boyer. I think you get him at some lower ownership today. He starts 4th, so no one's going to be looking at him. I'm not talking about, this is definitely a GPP-only play on DraftKings. Clint Boyer has won here in the spring race in 2018, dominated that race. He's, had some fast laps there in Phoenix. And this with a new package, the new short track package. So and he, looked decent in Bristol. So I have no problem going to Clint Boyer today. I think it's a lower owned GPP pivot, especially off of Ryan Blaney. And then you got Christopher Bell right around there too, that range. So I think Boyer's a great pivot off those guys.
All right, let's go down to the cheapo side of things. Your favorite cash play on the cheap side, and go ahead and remind people what the cheap range is for this race.
Yeah, it's anything under 7K on DraftKings. And today it's Brian Priest. He's 5,700 on DraftKings. He probably should have been more in like the high 6s. He did really good here last year. What did he do? Pull it up real quick. He finished 16th and 19th here. He starts 29th, 28th today. So he's got built-in place differential. Kind of grew up on these tracks. So definitely Ryan Priest is a good person to look at for your cash games for some value. Like I said, the value down here, look at final thoughts there on the DFS Karma website. It definitely shows you some of the great value plays we got today.
Then the final part of the DFS portion of this anyway. Cheapo GPP.
Yeah, cheapo GPP. Probably looking at Ryan Newman for that. Martinsville is a tough place to pass, and Ryan Newman's known as one of the toughest guys to pass in NASCAR. He starts in the top 20. He's got top 15 upside, if not even a little bit better. Definitely like him as, a guy who can finish, top 12, pay off his price, and be there for you in a tournament win. I said there's a couple of guys in this range that are good, and you can mix and match. I think with a lot of these guys in your GPPs, mix and match with these guys with the top tier, because you got a lot of dominators too, and it's probably good 20 max strategy today for the race if it
All
gets in.
right. Sarugi says Suarez at 3,500 on FanDuel. He's had 2 top 10s in the last 4 races.
Yeah, when he was driving for Stuart Haas.
So you're saying not at 3,500 on FanDuel today?
No, Suarez sucks. I mean that in the nicest way. His equipment sucks.
That's the nicest way.
He's gonna finish like if he doesn't have an issue. Best case scenario, he probably finishes like 5 laps down. It's just not. There's better plays on FanDuel. You don't need to go that low, and yeah, I mean he's in the Gaunt brothers car this year, and if you look back, he doesn't really have much upside. There's no. What you're looking at is his finishes when he was at Stuart Haas and when he was at JGR, which are miles better than what he's driving right now.
Courtney says, how do you feel about Kurt Busch?
I don't mind Kurt Busch today. He's going to be low owned. Tournament play only.
Osvaldo, thoughts on Logano?
I like Logano. I don't mind him at all. I have him listed as an upside play on my final thoughts. Depending on how aggressive Joey wants to be, he could possibly pass Ryan Blaney before the competition caution leads some laps. He's definitely a good dominator option. Definitely looking for GPPs. I'm not sure I'd go there in cash, but yeah, he pushed Martin Truex out of the way. Was it 2018? Here he's an aggressive driver, so he's a tournament play today.
All right, now so we're moving now on to the prop side of things. The Blue-Emu Maximum Pain Relief 500 on Monkey Knife Fight. If you have no idea what that is, monkeyknifefight.online is a prop site that we've been partnered with and playing on for going on 2 years now, in a couple of months. So this is what we have are they give us drivers and they give us fantasy points. We have to do, are they going to get more than that? Or are they going to less than that? And if we're right, boom, we win. Now there's also something that we do that's called Rapid Fire that was Dave has been doing the past couple of weeks, where they match 2 drivers up and you have to pick who's going to have more fantasy points. So that being said, I have it pulled up right now. I'm pulling it up on the stream. Make sure it pulls up. Boom, right there. All right, so tell me what you're looking at for current Monkey Knife Fight plays on the site.
We tend to target this one a lot here on the stream. Let's go to the
3-4 rapid fire.
Yep.
All right.
I love it too because it helps. The people in Discord too have started to pick up on it. If I give you a 3 of 4, guess what you can play? The 2 of 3. So people have started to pick up that you don't only have to pay 1. You could it gives you an answer to get 2 props in at the same time.
So you guys see on the screen right now, I've pulled up this is a 3-4 rapid fire. So you see there's matchups here. Some drivers have point additions or handicaps, whatever you want to call them, like plus 5.5 on Martin Truex. So what we're doing here is picking which of these groups, Kyle Busch, who's going to have more points, Kyle Busch or Martin Truex, if Martin Truex has 5.5 added to his final score. And then we just have to get 3 of these selections right. So we're going to pick all 4, and if at least 3 get correct, then we get a 2x multiplier. So it's like doing a double up in cash games. So this 3-4, what we see currently on monkeyknifefight.online, what is your play?
Yep, I'm going to go Kyle Busch, go Denny Hamlin, go Brad Keselowski, and Ryan Blaney.
Boom. So I'm going to scroll down here. These are the entries here. So we have Kyle Busch. You see the images of what we selected. Danny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney. And like I said, this is a 2x because it's just like a cash game. So as long as if one of them is wrong, it's fine. As long as 3 are correct, we could turn $50 into $100 just like that. Now this is monkeyknifefight.online. If you have not created an account on this yet, it's simple. monkeyknifefight.online. And when you sign up and deposit for the first time, make sure you use promo code KARMA, KARMA, like DFS Karma, and you'll get a deposit bonus. There's a free $50 to add to your account. So that being said, let's throw things over to Prize Picks. What is your favorite Prize Picks play here? Let me pull that site up here real quick.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at our radar. Like I told you before the stream, you might lose me. We got a big storm rolling in here, and it's gonna hit us any second now. So, give me a second. Let me pull it up.
So this is PrizePicks.online. So this is the same thing. Go to PrizePicks.online. If you don't have an account yet, use the same promo code Karma. This one actually gives you up to $1,000 deposit bonus, 25% match. So I'm pulling up all the drivers right now. What are we looking at playing right now?
Huh, they added some guys. Ooh. Yeah, no, right? That's interesting. All right. We've got a couple of new guys here, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack them. We got Bubba Wallace. I'm gonna go over on Bubba Wallace 22.
Where's Bubba? Is he at the bottom?
He's at the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go. Let's see.
Spartan says, "I have a question, Dave. You're the GOAT." I'm not
That's
really
not a question,
Spartan, but yeah. Well, there's a few more questions that came in. We'll answer them in a second after we get to this PrizePicks play here. So Bubba Wallace, 22. Who else?
Yeah. Let's go. Eric Jones under 27.
Yep.
And Tyler Reddick under 25.
All right, so give me the over and unders of those again. So I selected those three.
Under Jones, under Reddick, and over Bubba.
And this is a flex play, per usual?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so this is PrizePicks.online. If you don't have an account here yet, simple, PrizePicks.online. Use promo code Karma to get that free $1,000 deposit bonus. And then they also give you a free two-pick to win $50. So on top of you signing up for the first time, you can pick two of these drivers. Let's say we do under Jones, under Reddick, and you get a free play to do that. And if it hits, then you get a free $50 without even risking anything. But the difference between flex and power play here, power play, as it says clearly in the description, all three of these have to hit for you to win. You do get a 5x here, so you can turn. Let's just say $100. You can turn $100 into $500. But the safer play, the flex play, is if one of them misses, you still make a profit. So if one of them misses, it's a 1.25x. If all three of them hit, you don't get the full 5x because you're doing a little bit less risk. So you get that 2.25, 100 to 225. So PrizePicks.online, plug these plays in. These plays change quickly, which is why we do them on stream.
PrizePicks doesn't change as quick as Monkey Knife Fight does. Monkey Knife Fight ridiculous on how quick they.
As soon as Dave says something on stream, they watch stream and they're like, change it. Dave's gonna make us lose tons of money.
Yeah, when I do our picks in our Discord, I don't even enter mine in. I take a picture of it or I write it out. I send it, and then I go back into it. Then I go ahead and click it and select it, and then I play it. And we still, within 30 seconds, they're changing things up. So, but PrizePicks is really kind of, I don't know, we kind of talked to them, and they kind of backed off changing these numbers so quick. So.
Well, that's why. Look at this, just rocking the PrizePicks hat today too. Look at them.
Yeah,
look at this support for them. All right, so let's see. Let's read through some questions here real quick. Chris,
are you doing that? I'm gonna pull up.
Is it Chris? I can't pronounce his name ever. Is it Busher?
Yeah, Busher.
Chris Busher for cash.
I can see you going there. I don't know if I'm going there personally. But yeah, I think he'll get some ownership in cash.
Malyala says Logano or Keselowski for GPP and DK.
Logano will be lower owned if that helps.
Do you have a cheap guy on FanDuel for GPP that you like?
The cheapest I'm probably going on FanDuel is like someone like Ryan Preece or Ty Dillon. I wouldn't go anywhere lower than that.
Trev says, what are the odds this race actually makes it through tonight?
I don't know. I've watched the radar. It was looking good this afternoon. It started to not look so good again. I'm just whatever. I've got my entries in there. They won't run this race tomorrow, so everything will just get canceled. And we did all this for nothing. But
for nothing.
Other than nothing. to talk.
Just for chit chat.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not one to predict weather. Who knows? If you look at the radar there, it's kind of like, but I'm not from that area. I don't know how weather works in that area.
I don't know how weather works. I'm not a weatherman.
Oh no, trust me.
Every time I text Dave any question about any kind of weather, or like, hey, what about this race? He's just like, I'm not a weatherman. That's all he says to me.
I did tell Keaton though. I was like, I've got my meteorology degree. I've watched Twister like 500 times.
Bill Paxton.
Yeah.
All right, so let's wrap things up here with the end part of the stream, which is we talk about the bets that we're placing on this race. So, you're a little off Harvick. So, is your favorite
like Sunday when
driver outside? Oh yeah, Dave's picked like the last 20 races.
That's because I quit letting you tell me I couldn't pick the top 5 drivers. So.
Fine. All right, let's just throw that out the window then. Your favorite bet to win with no handicap.
Yeah, it'll be Kyle Busch at 4-1.
Okay. Now your least favorite.
No. Now I'll go to the next one, which would be Denny Hamlin at 6.5-1. And then not the least favorite, the worst odds of someone you think can actually win the race. Yeah, it'd be Clint Boyer 14-1.
So what were the odds on who'd you say who's your second play?
Hamlin 6.5-1.
Okay. So you got 3 different bets there you can plug in. You have various opportunities of where to bet, depending on what state you're in. But a majority of you are betting with us on mybookie.today for the NASCAR bets until your particular state opens up legislation, which hopefully is soon for all 50 of them. But who knows? Who knows? But that about wraps it up here. Make sure that you check out the final thoughts on dfscomer.com. They're live right now. Just go to NASCAR drop-down menu, click on NASCAR articles. And then you got NASCAR Final Thoughts, which is a cheat sheet. You have Dave's Drivers to Watch, which is the written breakdown article. And, of course, you have NASCAR Core Plays and Props. So if you want to get more Prize Picks plays, if you want to get more Monkey Knife Fight plays, and you want to get all of the exact core plays that Dave is playing for this NASCAR race here tonight, granted it happens, subscribe to our NASCAR Core Plays and Props by going to dfscomer.com, clicking on subscriptions, and then clicking on the NASCAR package and signing up.
Yeah, for what it's worth, Roth just tweeted out that it's looking dicey. So
let's see. Brian, it says Austin playing right. Is Austin
okay? So
playing?
let me explain that real quick. It's not gonna. It probably isn't coming into play unless his wife goes into labor like in the next hour and a half. Austin Dillon's on baby watch. That's why DraftKings added AJ Allmendinger. He's the backup driver in case Dillon has to leave. Dillon, she still hasn't gone into labor, so Dillon plans on running today. So you can play Austin Dillon if you want. So don't play AJ Allmendinger. Even if Austin, DraftKings explained it really well. If Austin Dillon, even if he gets replaced halfway through the race and AJ jumps in, Austin Dillon still gets the fantasy points. So that's why there's questionable tags there on those guys.
It'd be very interesting to get pulled in the middle of a race and zoom over to the hospital.
Right.
All right, so that about wraps things up here. Make sure you tune in for the next NASCAR Live, which are typically Sundays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Granted, there's a Sunday race. Yeah, make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. I know there's a bunch of people that just subscribed to this for the first time. So make sure you have subscribed to this channel so every time we do go live, you don't miss it. Because we don't just do NASCAR. We also cover every other DFS sport as well. Yeah. So if you have winning screenshots, throw them up on Twitter. Tag the home account at DFS_Karma, as well as tagging Dave at DavidJr, at DavidJR831. But yeah. We'll see you guys in the Discord for any further prop plays and core plays and all that jazz. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure before you leave the stream, you click the thumbs up on this video. Click the like. If this gets to 100 likes, we're going to pick one of you guys that clicked a thumbs up